What's up, you guys? So I get so many questions asking me to do like health and fitness kind of videos that I thought I would do one right now with no makeup, my hair not done. It's late, my throat hurts, everything is great. I get a lot of questions and emails regarding eating disorders and weight loss and all that sort of stuff. I used to have an eating disorder, for those of you who are new to my channel. I was kind of just thinking about my eating disorder and why it all came into being and how I developed it and my whole mindset and mentality behind the entire thing. I guess for me, when I was really thinking about it, was the whole idea of if I get thinner, I will be happier. I wouldn't want to go out and, put myself on some type of diet and work out and eat healthy if I wasn't going to feel more confident or feel better, happier, essentially, about myself. What is the point of doing it? And I came to the conclusion that that is the point of doing it. That was my whole entire world when I had my eating disorder, is that if I get thinner, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to lose the weight, I'm going to feel good about myself, and I'm just going to be a happy person, and life will significantly improve for me. So it got me thinking, does being thinner make you happier? Now, to very shallowly answer the question, if you are significantly overweight and you lose a significant amount of weight and you're back in a healthy weight range, obviously you're going to feel more confident about yourself. So yeah, you're going to feel better, you're going to feel happier, but it's not going to bring lasting happiness, and I'm going to talk about that right now. You lose the weight, you feel good about yourself, and then does being thinner continue to fuel your happiness? Does it bring lasting joy and happiness into your life? No. I'm not sure if the lighting's better now, but I needed to turn that off because I don't know why, but it was just like freaking my vision out in the viewfinder. So anyways, I was once there. I was once like the girl that was like, if I don't lose weight, I am never going to be happy. I'm always going to be miserable. I'm always going to hate my body and hate myself, and just nothing's going to be good in life because I'm not going to feel good about myself. So what really does matter? What genuinely really does make a difference? So I was reading this quote, or poem, I guess you could say, and it's called What Will Matter, so let's read it. Ready or not, someday it will all come to an end. There will be no more sunrises, no minutes, hours, or days. All the things you collected, whether treasured or forgotten, will pass to someone else. Your wealth, fame, and temporal power will shrivel to irrelevance. Your grudges, resentments, frustrations, and jealousies will finally disappear. So too, your hopes, ambitions, plans, and to-do lists will expire. The wins and losses that once seemed so important will fade away. It won't matter where you came from or what side of the tracks you once lived on. It won't matter whether you were beautiful or brilliant. So what will matter? How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. Not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your example. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is not how many people you knew, but how many people will feel a lasting loss when you're gone. What will matter is not your memories, but the memories that live in those who loved you. What will matter is how long you will be remembered, by whom, and for what. Living a life that matters doesn't happen by accident. It is not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. Choose to live a life that matters. And part really ties in with the whole idea of weight loss and being thinner equals making you happier. It's not a matter of circumstance, but of choice. And the whole idea of losing weight to feel happier puts you in a certain circumstance. Your circumstances in your body and what you look like doesn't ever and will never make you happy. You have to choose to be happy. Knowing who you are and knowing your worth, regardless of your weight, helps you to put all of this sort of stuff in perspective. Now, I was thinking about what has like really significant worth in our society, and I was like, well, hello, money. That's like the #1 thing that everybody places worth on. And I came across this story that talked about money and the worth that we place on money, and it goes a little something like this. If I were to offer you a $100 bill, every single one of you would accept it. All of you would be like, yes, I want that $100 bill. What if I took that $100 bill and I crumpled it up? I smushed it up all tiny. Would you still want it? Yes, you would. If I took the $100 bill and I threw it on the ground and I stomped all over it and I got it all dirty and gross, would you still want it? Absolutely, you would still want it. you would want that money because you know the worth of the money, regardless of whether it's been crumpled and stepped on and trampled. You have value because who you are and who God made you. Whether your circumstances are dirty and filthy and everything is just being crumpled up and you feel like you need to lose weight so that you can feel happy, your worth isn't in what you look like, what you weigh, what's going on in your life. It is in who you are and who you were created to be. Your happiness is never going to come from circumstances. It's never going to come from losing weight, looking a certain way, having a thigh gap, having a flat stomach. It's important to remember that being healthy doesn't equal happiness. Being healthy equals loving and respecting your body. Taking care of your body and eating healthy helps you to acknowledge that worth, knowing who you are and your worth, and taking care of yourself because you know your worth. You have to choose to see the worth in yourself. Just like you saw that worth in that $100 bill, even though it was crumpled and dirty, you knew that it was valuable because of its worth. And that's how you have to look at yourself. You have to recognize your value and your worth regardless of how much you weigh and what the scale says. You have to choose happiness. Losing weight, being thinner, getting successful, becoming famous, doing all of these things, never ever 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 going to fulfill you. That's really all I have to say, and that your worth is not in your weight, and you have to choose to live a life that matters.